Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary.
Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We would not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour pass. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just send the prayer up to the Lord. I told him, then let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce. With a race that made merchandise, how to buy abuse. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take round, take round, take round. Opponents better move slow. Attack dog for this truth, nigga, cool zone. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dearly. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevail. Hey, where the truth sit, hey, where warriors dwell. Be wise with them weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she concealed, she modest. I know two things, a robber will not prosper. And any man harm me and my octave gon' meet the doctor. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die, so you can miss me with that love talk. My UPK soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret it. What that means? Fall on his ass. Comparing me to you really ain't no contest. Long live one west. Say what? Long live one west. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for. Tell them back up. I'm about to drop something heavy for. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down.
Hey, Shalom, Yahaba, Shem Yahushua, Barakatah, to all the Akim, Yahweh Shema, Allah Thunba, Shem Yahushua, to all the sisters. It's the ISUBK Biblical Law class. You understand? Let's give it up for the class. We're the ISUBK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana. If it's not under Commanding General Yohana, it is not the truth. And we've been bringing this out since 1969, that Blacks, Latinos, and our North American Indians are the biblical Jews of the Bible, and our oppressor, who the world knows is the so-called white man, the colonizer, the pilgrim. You understand? He is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? That's right. And listen, we gonna get into this class today, man, because here's the thing: if you see the times that we in, if you paying attention to what's going on around you, around us. You see what I'm saying? Like if you look at that Middle East and the you know, the bombings and things like that, a lot of times because it's not on our soil, we feel like it's not affecting us. You see what I'm saying? But this has major implications, you know, for us. You see what I'm saying? So we got to know what we should be doing, how we should be doing it. You know what I mean? And who we should be building with. You see what I'm saying? And if we listening to the wrong people, man, I'm telling you, if we listening to the wrong people and taking and taking advice from any and everybody and falling up under any doctrine, you see what I'm saying? We are going to be a part of the people who get destroyed when Yahushua comes back.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's very pivotal that we actually come back to keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, man, and listen to the priest that the Lord sent. You see what I'm saying? Not these false prophets, man. You got to listen to the men that the Lord sent out here to teach his word, the men that the Lord is with. You see what I'm saying? Because these other pastors, like outside of the ISUPK, you're not going to hear anybody telling our people what we need to do in order to avoid this upcoming World War III.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we ain't got to be caught up in what the so-called white man is running from right now. You see what I'm saying? Like what people don't realize is what you see going on around us is for us. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is doing these things. The Lord is putting these things in play for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Let's not be a part of the people that's going to fight against the Lord when he come back. The only way you'll know that and you'll hear that is if you get into these classes, man. You get into this UPK. You see what I'm saying? Leave them false prophets alone. Jamal Bryant can't tell you what's going on. He can't tell you why the bombs dropped. TD Jakes can't tell you. You see what I'm saying? You know, your gospel award-winning artist Glorilla can't explain to you.
Right.
I mean, why these bombs are dropping and what is it for? You see what I'm saying? But here it is. You got men in the ISUPK that's going to tell you exactly what it's for. This is why we can't listen to everybody, man. These are the times that, listen, you can think what you want to think. That's not going to stop that's not going to stop the things that's going to happen. It's going to happen regardless if you believe it or not.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if I could, let me get Matthew 24:3, Brother Bishop.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 3.
Go ahead.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Yeah,
so as he said it upon the Mount of the Olives, disciples came to him. They came to Yahushua asking him, like, tell us when shall these things be?
Right.
And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? You see what I'm saying? Like, here it is, all the way back then. You see what I'm saying? The brothers who rode with Christ, they was asking him, like, listen, what's going to be the signs of the times to come? What's going to be the signs of the end of the world? You see what I'm saying? Like, the times that we're living in is the times they wanted to see back then.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We watch these things play out and unfold right before our eyes, man. You see what I'm saying? So that's setting the stage. They going up and asking Christ, man, what's going to be, you know, how we going to know that it's almost time? Keep going.
Verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
That's very important. They say, take heed that no man deceive you. Why is that? Like, it's self-explanatory, but the thing is, we gotta really understand. You gotta take heed that no man deceive you, because here's the thing: if you get deceived in these times, listen, that could cost you your life, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You'll get deceived into feeling like you got to join the military. You'll get deceived into feel like you got to join the branch of the army. You see what I'm saying? So you can go up and fight the so-called white man to fight his war for him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you'll get deceived into thinking that you got to save America from its upcoming doom. But what you're going to really get deceived in, you're going to get deceived into fighting against Yahushua himself, man. You see what I'm saying? That's the times that we're in. Go ahead.
It's like, you know, so heavy. Because I remember going to the church. This is why Christian church is so evil for our people and it plagues our people. They used to tell us that the only reason America is strong and can stand is because we're friends with the small white hats, Jewish people over there. And as long as Israel America backs Israel. We will never fail. We will never fall. So a lot of our people that go in these Christian churches and they teaching that doctrine, a lot of our brothers and sisters are signing up for that army because they got to make sure America, you know what I'm saying, stands behind, these small ass, these devils. He's a big Jewish man.
God, and what you're saying is actually heavy, and that's the kind of the point now. You see what I'm saying? And that Christian church, they teaching that, in the Christian church, they're going to teach you that you got to be, you can't be anti-Semitic, meaning you better not feel no kind of way. You better feel every inch of pain and sympathy for the so-called Jewish man and what's happening to him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? To the point where you're going to want to go and fight and defend him. Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be a lot of brothers in that Christian church who scream nonviolent. They will join the military. It's going to be a lot of brothers out here that's willing to join the military and do certain things in order to protect the people who they think the Lord is with, not knowing that the Lord is doing this thing for them.
Right.
They say, let no man deceive you. You see what I'm saying? Don't let these false apostles, these false prophets deceive you, man. Keep going.
Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
They say, many shall come in my name, saying that I am Christ. You understand? And shall deceive many. You understand? Like, you got a lot of these Christian pastors out here, man. You got a lot of these Christian pastors, and you got a lot of these Jewish rabbis or teachers or whatever they call themselves, who really feel like they are the end all be all. You see what I'm saying? Like I seen a clip, it was a brother too. Like it was disgusting. He sat there and told his congregation, Christ is not black.
Right.
Like he said it like he was pissed off. He said it like he had such disdain for the idea or even the thought that Christ could be a black man. You see what I'm saying? This is the deception that we're under. You see what I'm saying? You got the Jewish man who feels like Christ is one of his kids. They feel like Christ is one of their kids coming to save his people. Right. You see what I'm saying? And we following under their doctrine. We're fighting to be a part of them and to save them. Meanwhile, they're destroying us, man. Like, this is why it's so important, man, that you got to really pay attention and be careful of who you listen to. You see what I'm saying? And who you decide to give your loyalty to, you feel me? Because you could think that you're giving your loyalty to the Most High. You could think that you're giving your loyalty to the Most High's people, thinking that it's the Jewish man. Right. When in actuality, all you're doing is becoming an enemy to the Most High himself, man. That's right. Read that part again.
Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
They say many gonna come in his name saying, I am Christ. You know, how many pastors we come and they give a word like the Most High is inspiring them right there in real time. Right. You see what I'm saying? Listen, that ain't Christ inspiring them. You see what I'm saying? That is Satan. You see what I'm saying? That is the devil. You see what I'm saying? Like, and if we allow that to influence who we listen to and how we behave and how we act and who we give our allegiance to, what's going to happen is we're going to be the very people who say we love Christ and we love the Most High and all that. And we're going to be the ones that's going to fight against him, man. Right. And we're going to be the ones who have to be unalive because of those things. Okay, drop that. Let me get Matthew 24 and 24, brother. Sure.
Come. Matthew chapter 24, verse 24.
Good.
For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Yeah, it's read that from the top, brother.
Come. Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Yeah, you're gonna see these fake pastors come up, right? And it's gonna appear that they're doing miraculous things. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna come off like they're doing certain things that only the Most High could be. Only the Most High has to be behind them. You see what I'm saying? So, like, if you remember in the book when Moses went to the Pharaoh, right? When Christ, when Moses went to, to Pharaoh, and he laid his staff down and it became a snake. Then the Egyptians didn't his sorcerers and whatnot, didn't they do the same thing? You see what I'm saying? Like, so weren't they doing great wonders? Who allowed them to do that great wonder? That's the question. Who allowed them? Who allowed that staff from Pharaoh's magicians to become a snake? Good.
Oh, the Most High.
Most High allowed that. You see what I'm saying? The Most High allowed that, and He also allowed Moses' staff and his snake to eat their snakes. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't be succumb to these works and these false wonders and stuff like that, man. What you gotta be is you gotta be solid, man. You gotta be locked into the word of God. You see what I'm saying? Like, they say a wicked generation requires signs. A wicked generation requires the moon to be a certain color. You see what I'm saying? Requires the sky to turn black. You see what I'm saying? Where it is the Most High telling you, I'm gonna send Yahushua back.
Right.
He said I'm gonna send him back. Don't no man know the day nor the hour, but I'm going to send him back. You see what I'm saying? So we don't need a sign to say He's going to send him back. What we need to do is pay attention and make sure that we're right with Him. You see what I'm saying? Keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, man, and listening to the men of the Lord is what's going to save you, not these miraculous things that you see.
Right.
You know, you see all these nuts out here, man, and it's a blood moon tonight. It's a blood moon, so that means that, Christ is moving, angels doing something, this, that, and the third. You feel me? Listen, whether the moon turn red, black, whatever color it turns, you see what I'm saying? If we not keeping His law, statutes, and commandments, what the hell does it matter?
Right.
What we worried about the color of the moon for if we not doing what we supposed to do?
I was gonna say Salakia, sir. Listen, our people don't even have to be a wonder for them to follow. Like, these pastors so wicked and our people so destroyed from following Christianity. The pastor could say this, you could be like, this week, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get blessed. Bro, it could be anything. And then our people will fall. How many times we done had conversations with people and be like, yo, the pastor, he told me this, that's why I follow him. Okay. And they be like, yo, that was the most generic little thing ever. He just said you was going, you know what I'm saying, eat tonight. Right. And then you ate tonight. Right. Now you believe him. Like it's so many conversations I have with Christians where they be like, yo, I talked to the pastor, he said something was gonna happen, and it happened. And it don't even be anything. It just be. Yeah, it's like and when it came out, like they actually shown that how that stuff was all fake. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, have you realized, man, a lot of them fake pastors, them false prophets, they were paying people to do certain things. They have a brother come in a wheelchair. Oh yeah, acting like he's crippled. You see what I'm saying? And he sprinkled water. Remember what's the devil name? He used to smack him in the head. He smacked the hell out of him in the head. Boom, you're healed. You feel me? And I think it was a real crippled guy. And he was like, I can't get up. He had a real crippled guy. You see what I'm saying? They couldn't prep him. God. And he sprinkled this water, he smacked him in the head, and he like, get up and walk again. And I can't. He said, your faith is not sufficient. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are not miracles that they're performing. You see what I'm saying? These are con men. You see what I'm saying? That's what we got to realize. I remember one time, my grandma, she ordered, it was like a holy cloth or something like that. Some kind of holy cloth that if, you order it for $25 or something like that, you're supposed to pray with it, and all of a sudden you're going to receive all these blessings, this, that, and the third. Grandmother she never got blessed because of that. You see what I'm saying? Like, what we got to realize is, like, serving the Lord is not a magic trick. Right. You see what I'm saying? It's not a Marvel's, like, some kind of Houdini episode where as though you say you believe in Christ and all of a sudden everything just instantly becomes perfect for you. Right. You got to work, man. You see what I'm saying? You got to work. You got to keep these law, statutes, and commandments. You got to suffer through and fight yourself, man. You got to fight these demons. You got to exercise brotherhood. Like, you got to do the work. Like, if you want to get in shape, like a lot of people taking the shortcut, they go and get surgery for their bodies to look good. That still don't mean that they're in shape. Right.
You see what I'm saying? In order to be in shape, you gotta start moving, man. It's gonna have to hurt. Like how the sayings go, no pain, no gain.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have to hurt. It's gonna be some hard days, some long days, and you gotta suffer through them. You feel me? And at the end of it, you become a better person. You become a better fit person. You see what I'm saying? It's no different than serving the Most High, man. You got to be willing to put the work in. You see what I'm saying? You got to look yourself in the mirror and realize how filthy you are. You feel me? How filthy we are. And when you realize that, then you start working. That's what we got to do, man. It's not a magic trick. Okay, jump to verse 11, Brother Kasha.
Come on. Matthew chapter 24, verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
They say many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. Like you got a lot of his thing. You got a lot of brothers, and this goes for brothers and sisters in the school.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have what people consider opportunists. You see what I'm saying? You see what's going on in these bombs and stuff like that, and as things start to worse, you're gonna have a lot of people who are gonna pop up and they're gonna claim to have this kind of information, this kind of knowledge. You see what I'm saying? And here it is, because here in the ISUPK, we've been telling our people keep the Lord's law, statutes, commandments. We're going into World War III. The scriptures talk about itching ears. You see what I'm saying? Because you've been hearing this for so long. As soon as a nut come out of the blue, come out the woodworks, and they got a new doctrine, they say something that you ain't never heard of, right. No matter how off it is, right. That's something that's going to intrigue you. You see what I'm saying? Don't be that person. They say many false prophets will arise and deceive many. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can't be that person that's so gullible, man. You see what I'm saying? Like you hear people start talking about, man, you ain't got to worry about eating, keeping them dietary laws. You feel me? That was back then. You see what I'm saying? Because you know how the argument say, because if you Google it, right? Go to Chat GPT. You see what I'm saying? They gonna tell you that if you look at tuna fish, it got scales in it, right? And then Chat GPT gonna say it got micro scales that if you put it under a microscope, you see what I'm saying, you're gonna see that a piece of tuna fish has scales. Listen, that's garbage. The scales it's talking about is them scales. Remember your grandma used to clean that fish back in the day, and them scales going all over the place. She had to put put newspaper down to catch them. That's the scales. You see what I'm saying? So a person tell you that you can eat whatever you want to eat, that should be an instant. Hey, this is not a man. This is not a person of the Lord. The Lord already told me what I can and can't eat. You got a man. You got a man or woman. They rise and tell you, listen, if your spouse is not doing what we do, if your spouse is not doing what we doing, listen, you're unequally yoked, and the Lord is going to judge you for that. Right. You know the first thing you're gonna do? Gonna cause problems, and you're gonna divorce your spouse. You see what I'm saying? You got somebody that's causing you to do that. You got to realize the Lord ain't with them, man. Right. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of our people are going to be deceived, and they're going to be deceived by people that just come out of nowhere. We got to guard against that, man. You're going to have people who are stone cold mental patients. You see what I'm saying? Stone cold mental patients that can quote a scripture that's going to come out the blue and deceive many. You see what I'm saying? Don't fall for that. You see what I'm saying? Be ye sound. You feel me? Don't let your ears be itching. You see what I'm saying? Stay grounded in this truth, man. This is what we got to do. Let me get 1 John 4:1, Brother Bishop.
Come on. 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
Listen, and this is going to be heavy, man. This is going to be heavy. They say, beloved, they say, believe not every spirit. You see what I'm saying? But try the spirit. How do you try the spirit? How do you try the spirit? You see what I'm saying?
Like you just watching?
Yeah, you can watch it. You can observe. You see what I'm saying? That's one way that you could try the spirit. You see what I'm saying? The way you try the spirit is you sit there and you see if you teach her something, right? Like, and this is how we got to keep things simple. If you teach her something, let's say you're a ball player. I know basketball. Well, I know whatever I'm an expert at, you see what I'm saying? Or whatever I'm good at. The way I'm gonna try the spirit is I'm gonna challenge you on certain things, you feel? I'm gonna ask you questions on certain things. And based off your response, it's going to tell me everything I need to know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and if you come from the streets at all, you know, people going to try you. They got to try you to see what kind of spirit you got. You see what I'm saying? It's no different from this. You see what I'm saying? If you go into you move to a new neighborhood, people going to try you. They need to see what kind of spirit you got.
Right.
It's the same way. You got to try the spirit. The problem is, like, here in the UPK, people try our spirit all the time. You see what I'm saying? People disagree with us. People debate with us. People go against everything that we say. And here's the thing. Despite the fact that we prove everything that we say out this Bible, but then you go into the Christian church and you go into the Muslim mosque, they tell you anything under the sun, no backing, no proof of it. You see what I'm saying? And we believe it. That's not trying the spirit.
Right.
You can't even ask questions in the Christian church, let alone, disagree with something and try to debate it. You see what I'm saying? You will get put out. That's not the spirit that the Most High gave his priests.
That's right.
That's why you say you're supposed to ask questions in these classes, man. That's why we say, if you got questions or comments, man, put them in the chat. It's for a reason. You see what I'm saying? Like, we know we got to knock off that Christian spirit. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not able to ask questions and get the proper breakdowns or the proper understanding of things, how can you learn?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you got a challenge to try the spirit. Read that again from the top of the show.
Gone. 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
And here it is. Like, I was watching Captain Tazariak recently, and a brother called the show, and he was actually supposed to be. Captain Tazariak said, "Don't call the show unless you get in the class." And he was supposed to be in the Baltimore class. We never heard of him. You see what I'm saying? He ain't never come here, but he called Captain Tazariak again. You see what I'm saying? And he said, "Hey, listen, Cap, I ain't really on the Israelite tip no more. You see what I'm saying? You supposed to evolve." He said, "You supposed to evolve. Your consciousness and how you feel is supposed to change certain things. So, you got a low vibration and you got a high vibration. The low vibration is Satan in hell. The high vibration is the Most High and yada, yada, yada." That brother is high.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He is high. You understand? Like, he heard something. He went on TikTok and heard one of them nuts on TikTok talking some garbage. And all of a sudden, he just switched. For him, even thinking about coming into the UPK, to him saying, like, I'm off that Israelite stuff. You got to evolve from that. You see what I'm saying? That shows you how easy it is for you to be deceived, man. They say many false prophets are going into the earth. You see what I'm saying? Read that one more time from the top of it.
1 John chapter 4, verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
Keep going.
Verse 2. Hereby know ye that the Spirit of God, every spirit that confesseth that Yahushua Christ is come in the flesh, is of God.
Keep going.
Verse 3. And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is that spirit of the Antichrist. All
right, so you hold that, right? And say, hereby know, verse 2, hereby know ye that the Spirit of God, every spirit that confesses that Yahushua is come in the flesh is of God. You see what I'm saying? So it's saying, like, if you can even confess that Yahushua came, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like this is the beginning of it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They say, and every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus, that Yahushua has come in the flesh is not of God, and that this is the spirit of the Antichrist. Who tells you that Christ has not come back? That Christ has not been here?
A Muslim.
Who's the main ones that we listen to? Now, we just talked about, now we try to protect.
Oh, yeah, the Jewish man.
The Jewish man. You see what I'm saying? He said Christ never came. You see what I'm saying? Like, Christ is telling you right here. He's telling you who the Antichrist is right here. You see what I'm saying? Like, they will sit there and tell you that Yahweh Shah never
Right.
came on this earth. You feel me?
Con.
And that one of their kids may be the Yahweh, maybe the Savior. That's what they teach out. You see what I'm saying? But these are the people that we're going to listen to, and these are the people that we want to protect because we think that the Lord is with them when they are the Antichrist that the whole side is speaking of. You see what I'm saying? Finish that off, Brother Show.
I'm about to say Salah.
Go ahead.
And what's powerful, again, the Christian church is putting us, they're teaching us that these are the people we're supposed to follow.
Right.
They're teaching us that they're the people of God.
Right.
And they hold spirit with their doctrine, what they teach is coming out of the scripture saying that they're the spirit of Antichrist.
They're the Antichrist. They're the ones that's against Christ.
Right.
They're the ones that's going to fight against Christ. You see what I'm saying? And they're going to be the ones who the Most High is going to allow Christ to deal with. You see what I'm saying? Finish that off, Brother Bashar.
Come. Whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world.
Yeah, it's in the world out. That spirit and that doctrine is permeating in the earth. You see what I'm saying? But we have to be the ones that's not deceived, man. We got to be the elect that don't allow these doctrines to influence us into the point where as though we listen to everything that we shouldn't listen to and end up getting destroyed by the Most High because we joined the side of the people who hates Christ. You see what I'm saying? Like these are listen, I don't know what most of us believe in. You see what I'm saying? Like we know what we believe here in the UPK. You see what I'm saying? If you unsure, if you sitting on the fence and don't know what to believe, you better get into these classes and man, you better pick up that phone and start calling brothers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because what you see going on in that Middle East, man, listen, all it takes is one wrong move. You see what I'm saying? And that stuff can be at your doorstep in no time. The time to get right with the Lord, man, is now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like if you know, whatever arts you got, you feel me, whatever beef you got with serving the Lord, you see what I'm saying? You better deal with it. You better look it in his face and challenge yourself to be courageous and fight against it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because these times right now that we're witnessing, man, like we just read in scripture where these are the prophets was asking Christ about these times. You know, and here it is. We are in a time where this stuff is starting to take place, man. So listen, you got to be careful who you listen to out here. Let me get 2 Peter 2:1, Brother Bashar.
Come. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
Yeah, like that. And this is talking about black people, you feel me? Hispanics, Native Americans. They say, but there were false prophets also among the people. The people is talking about is Israel. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Even as there shall be false teachers among you who privately shall be bringing damnable heresy. When they say privately, what is that saying?
Like sneaky.
Yeah, like they slide these damnable heresies in. You see what I'm saying? Like they make small doctrinal changes. You see what I'm saying? Right. They make small doctrinal changes and they do it to where as though if you're not really locked in, you don't even pay attention to it. You see what I'm saying? Like if you hear a brother in the UPK, you know, come out and start saying, man, we can go ahead and listen. We could do shrimp because shrimp got X, Y, and Z. You feel me? That was a mistake that, you know, you start hearing that. That's a damnable heresy, y'all. You see what I'm saying? You start hearing things against the Lord. That's a damnable heresy, man. And you got our people, when they say even amongst you, you see what I'm saying? It's talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's one thing for the so-called white man to be a false prophet and for us to listen to him. But it's another thing for us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to listen to him and bring those same heresies into our culture, man.
Right.
And that's what you see. That's why our communities look the way they look. This is why brothers are dying at the alarming rates that we're dying at. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we believe these heresies and we hold on to them, man. We listen to them. Like, you got these, listen, Whenever you got a preacher that can sit up there and be angry at black men, and he's black, you angry at a black man for saying that Christ is black, you gone.
Gone.
You see what I'm saying? You are gone. Good, you got something?
I was gonna say, like, isn't that like, other groups out here talk about one wife?
Yeah.
I mean, which that's heresy for real, right? Because everybody came from UPK.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just, started coming up with their own little joint.
And what's the spirit of them teaching that? That's the question. What's the spirit of them teaching that you should only have one wife?
That's the Esau, right?
That's Esau's way. True. These fake Israelite camps who teach that, they teach that you can only have one woman. You see what I'm saying? What's the spirit behind them teaching that?
That's what the women, it's for the women, right?
No, the spirit behind them teaching that is because they want to turn black women into whores.
God.
You see what I'm saying? And I'll explain. So you got, if you teach a woman that I can only have one wife, this, that, and the third, you see what I'm saying? She's gonna, woman, that's music to her ears. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gotta worry about that, That's when they try to combine all of us. Well, they are Israelite group. You see what I'm saying? They do say Yahawashah. Next thing you know, she don't want to come into the UPK because we tell her the truth. But she going to one of these fake camps, right? She get one of them brothers, you feel me, and she feel like she's the only woman. Until you get tired of her.
Right.
Until you feel like she don't want to listen to what he tell her to do. You see what I'm saying? And instead of him getting counseling and working their issues out, what he's going to do is he's going to put all kind of smut on her name. You see what I'm saying? He's going to tell everybody how much of a whore she is. You see what I'm saying? He's going to drag her through the mud. You see what I'm saying? Also, he can get rid of her and go get another one. You see what I'm saying? This is how you make the daughters of Israel whores, man.
Right.
And that's the spirit behind them teaching that the one wife principle. You see what I'm saying? Because they want to have unadulterated, unlawful, illicit sex with every woman their heart desires. You see what I'm saying? They're no different from the Christian church.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The Christian church, you can have sex all you want to. And they don't consider it adultery because you're not married. They consider, you're doing certain things out of, they'll tell you ain't supposed to do that before you get married, but it's not a big thing. When in all actuality, you're creating whores all through that congregation.
Right.
Because you're sleeping with every woman. You see what I'm saying? Pastor's sleeping with all the women and all the men in there. You see what I'm saying? That's that fornication and the illicit sex that they're having. That's why the doctrine is getting to it. You see what I'm saying? Like, here at the UK, we love women so much that we tell them the truth. You see what I'm saying? We love them so much we tell them the truth. And you may have a brother, like I always say, you may have a brother have two wives. And he had them two wives for as long as he's living. And they be the only two women he sleep with. You go to one of these fake camps or one of these Christian churches, and you ask a brother, he'd have been married 6 times. You ask him like, damn, what you get, what happened with you? He was unequally yoked. That's the only excuse they got. She was a good woman. We still friends to this day, but we just unequally yoked. I wanted to come to the church, she did, or vice versa. You see what I'm saying? And you turn that woman into a whore. That's what happens, man. That's the damnable heresies. Keep going though.
Even denying the Lord that brought them and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
Keep going.
Verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways.
Let's say many shall follow their pernicious ways. What does pernicious, like when they say many shall follow their pernicious ways, what does that mean?
Like destructive ways?
Yeah, but what does it mean to be pernicious? And that's the thing, like, when you hear certain things and you may hear a word in the Bible, you go and look it up. You see what I'm saying? Understand what it means, because this is actually going to add to the scriptures and it's going to allow you to understand what the Most High is trying to convey. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The definition for pernicious, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual, subtle way.
Now it say having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual and subtle way. You see what I'm saying? So like it's gradual, meaning it's happening over a period of time. It's happening. It's becoming normal now. But it's subtle. It ain't like it's a big, change. Something so small. And it becomes gradual and it keeps evolving to the point where as though it becomes normal for you to behave this way. It becomes normal for you to do these things. The next thing you know, you have a heresy in your hands. You see what I'm saying? So read verse 2 from the beginning.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways.
Their harmful ways. Many shall follow their harmful ways. Keep on.
By reason of whom the way of the truth shall be evil spoken of.
So this is what you get. The fake can say, all the brothers want to do, they got multiple wives in the UPK.
All right.
They speak evil of that. You see what I'm saying? They got the shield of David. They speak evil of that. You see what I'm saying? But in their pernicious and harmful ways, everything that we teach, they teach against. You see what I'm saying? To the point where as though it's normal for them. It's been gradual changes that they've made in the doctrine to the point where as though it's normal to them. But it's so far from our doctrine that we look like, or they paint us as the evil ones.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is what the Lord is saying you got to beware of, man. This is what the Lord is saying you got to watch out for. And when they say he's going to deceive even the elect, that means if you're in the UPK, you better guard yourself against this too, man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Even in the UPK, you guard yourself against these pernicious ways, man. You hear certain things and stuff like that. You feel me? Don't sit on the sideline and be silent. You see what I'm saying? Say something about it. They say, you got to try the spirit, man. You see what I'm saying? And here, there is no secrets. So, you talk about something, hey man, we can't talk about this. What you mean we can't talk about this? You see what I'm saying? That ain't the spirit here. That's the spirit of the Christian church. You see what I'm saying? This is why you gotta even the elect can be deceived, man. You gotta guard yourself against these heresies and these damnable doctrines that even our people put on our people. You see what I'm saying? When I say our people, I'm talking about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like our Hispanic brothers. You see what I'm saying? Like our Hispanic brothers, like if you look at it, they looking at a lot of them are Catholic. You see what I'm saying? They held Mary like it's nobody's business. You see what I'm saying? Look to that Pope as God himself. You see what I'm saying? So our Hispanic brothers, we got to come out of that, man. We got to come out of that, man. That's not the way of, that's not the God we should be serving.
Right.
And those false prophets and those false ministers and people that we listen to, and we don't step away from them, man, and come from under their control, what's going to happen is we're going to be the same people that we think that we doing something for Christ. Meanwhile, we become the Antichrist.
Right.
Imagine that we so deceived that we think we doing the right thing and fighting for Christ, when the whole time we're the ones fighting against him, and he consider us the Antichrist. That's what's going to happen, man. That's why we got to beware of false prophets. Beware these brothers out here teaching these damnable doctrines. If it's not coming from the UPK, man, you better listen. Here's the thing. We can say this because everything that we're teaching is out the Bible.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And we get challenged on everything.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You go to camp, you go to class, you're going to get challenged on everything that come out your mouth, even though it's coming from the scripture. Right. Who challenges the Christian church and their doctrine? Who challenges them? You see what I'm saying? Who challenges that Muslim mosque and their doctrine? Okay. You see what I'm saying? Because the Muslims, they read the Quran, right? Right. It's a different type of Muslim here amongst Black people than it is over in Saudi Arabia. They different type of Muslim. They read the same Quran, don't they? You see what I'm saying? Like somewhere there's a disconnect. Who challenges that? We got to be careful, man, and try the spirit. Go ahead.
Like you bring out so heavy, so powerful. This is why I can get to the home of the truth. Like you stated earlier, everything we speak of is in the book.
Right. When
you look at all these other groups or all these churches and all these, 90% of what they talk about ain't in the book. And that's why My friend, he told me, he was like, yo, I'm like, yo, bro, everything I talk to you, bro, I can just show you. Like, I can show you, bro. Like, nothing I'm making up is not there.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's right there in the book. Like, these not my words. And it's, for one, they give, like, Blacks, Hispanics, and First Asian people, right? You should feel proud for that because, like, you speaking what God wants you to speak. And God backs it up. Like, not none of these other nations, what they thought, like, the Most High backs this up because this really goes down. So it's powerful. Bringing out.
Yeah, and listen, what you're saying is heavy because here's the thing, like you ever see somebody get angry? Like, why would you get angry at a question?
Because the question gonna make you look feel this. I mean, it's gonna embarrass you probably. Or your answer, whatever your answer is, if it's I don't know, if it's not suffice, then
Here's the thing. Black people like to talk. Black people like to explain. You see what I'm saying? So if I ask you a question, you get mad at me answering the question. You know why you get mad? Because you don't have a clue yourself. You see what I'm saying? You go into the Christian church and ask a question now. They get mad, not because you're being rebellious. That's what they're telling you.
Right.
You're being rebellious and you're going against the church and stuff like that. You know, you got this spirit on you, this, that, and third. What it is they don't have an answer to your question.
Right.
They do not know the Bible. The Lord is not with them. You see what I'm saying? But when you know what you're talking about, you know this Bible, you welcome any question. Because let's say you ask me a question right now and I can't get it. You know what I'm gonna tell you? Hey, I'll get back to you. Let me ask my captain. Let me ask my general. You see what I'm saying? And I'll make sure you get the answer.
Right.
In the Christian church, they don't have nobody to go to. The Lord is not with them. You see what I'm saying? And this is what we got to realize, man. These false prophets, they do not know this book. So if they don't know this book, how can they teach us to guard against what's coming, man?
Right.
How can they teach us what to do to avoid and stay out of the conflict of World War III? How can they teach us that?
Right.
How can they teach us not to be an enemy of the Most High if they don't know the book, man?
It's like, you know what they teach them?
Good.
Well, my mother, she was telling me she was in church. You know what they teaching right now?
What's that?
Rapture.
They teaching the rapture.
It's coming around the corner.
How about that? Like they teaching the rapture right now. You see what I'm saying? That's the only thing that they can teach right now.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that they teach you ain't got to keep no law, statutes, and commandments. But according to their doctrine, the same people who's getting raptured?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like according to their doctrine, everybody gets raptured.
God.
What makes you God elect and don't make somebody else God elect? You don't keep the law.
God.
You say the law is done away with. So what is it about you that's going to allow you to get raptured? But the people who you're running from, you don't think they're going to get raptured? According to your doctrine, they be throwing bombs in the rapture.
God.
You see what I'm saying? That's why it just don't make no sense, man. Let me get Jeremiah 14:14, brother, for sure.
God. Jeremiah chapter 14. So like in verse 14. Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name.
Let's say the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what we're talking about, man. Everybody that come to you saying the Lord sent me and the Lord this, that, and the third, you feel me? You better not listen to it. You see what I'm saying? They prophesy lies in the name of the Lord, man. That's why the Lord gets so angry with it. You see what I'm saying? Like, and just to give you just to kind of make it clear, imagine somebody coming. Let's say you got a business, or let's say you own something, you feel me? And someone comes and they tell somebody, yeah, listen, I'm here to pick up the money on behalf of Gana. Gana sent me. Gana told me to take it, bring it here, XYZ, yada, yada. I get on the phone, hey, Gana, you sent such and such to pick this bread up? And I said, man, I don't know what that is. Now you looking like, man, what your intention is? You see what I'm saying? Like, what you want? You see what I'm saying? The Lord looking at them like, man, what you want? He know what they want. You see what I'm saying? They prophesying lies in his name, man. That's what's happening right now. All throughout the earth, man. People saying that the Lord sent them. The Lord did not send them.
Right.
They're prophesying lies in his name. Keep going.
I sent them not, neither have I commanded them. neither spake unto them.
And this is heavy, man. It said, I sent them not. So you doing something on behalf of the Lord that he did not send you to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Then it say, I commanded them not, neither spake unto them. The Lord didn't even talk to them.
Right.
Better yet, not even just the fact he didn't tell them to go. He never even talked to them.
Right.
This is how this is why us listening to these false prophets, man, it's going to put us in situations where we get our life taken, man. We're going to be unalived. You see what I'm saying? Because we doing certain things based off of listening to a person talk about the Most High and say the Most High sent him when the Most High never spoke to him, man.
Right.
That's why, as a whole, as a nation, we're doing all manners of wickedness, man, because we listen to the wrong people. You see what I'm saying? In these times, we can't afford that. You see what I'm saying? We can't afford to just listen to anybody. Turn on the TV just because you're bored. Next thing you know, somebody catch your ear with some phony doctrine, you feel me? And all of a sudden, you're doing all manners of wickedness, think that you're serving the Lord. Listen, the Lord did not send that man to you. You see what I'm saying? He did not send that woman. Because you got a lot of women out here, they want to be out, they want to be on the forefront too, preaching and teaching, you see what I'm saying, and pushing their little doctrines too. Beware of them as well.
That's
I don't care how she look. You see what I'm saying? Don't look at how she look. Look at what the things that's come out of, listen to the things coming out of her mouth, man. These women are false prophets too.
Right.
Don't get it twisted. They sit there and they put their, they talk that stuff in your ear. You feel me? Hey, you feeling like, you know what? Maybe you got a point.
Right.
You will never listen to me. You will never hear me. You damn right. You see what I'm saying? You listen to me. Like, we got to understand, man, like us listening to these people that the Lord didn't send is going to get us in the world of trouble.
Right. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination.
They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination. Meaning what they doing is they're prophesying. What they saying to you, when they teach that rapture, they teaching that the Lord is coming back and he going to take you into the sky and he going to protect you from, all the bad things of this world and stuff like that. All you got to do is believe. All you got to do is trust him. That's a false vision. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is telling you. The Lord is telling you, listen, don't get ready, be ready.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You got to stay ready, man. Are you keeping the law, statutes, commandments? Like, if you're not doing what the Lord told you to do, how can you think that he's coming back for you? You see what I'm saying? Like the Lord put us in punishment, man, because we broke his law, because we stopped doing what he told us to do.
Right.
If we still not doing what he told us to do, why would he come back and save us? If that's the case, he should have never got rid of us. You see what I'm saying? So now we gotta be real with ourselves. You gotta be real. You see what I'm saying? Look yourself in the mirror. Am I doing what the Lord requires of me right now? If the Lord come back right now, am I going to be on his side? You see what I'm saying? Listen, if you say that you right with the Lord, you see what I'm saying, and you good, you feel me? Lord be with you. You see what I'm saying? But if you can look at yourself and say, man, I got some work, get to working, man.
Right.
First thing you need to do is make that phone call, get to this ISUPK, get to these classes, man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Because this is the brotherhood that Yahushua has for us. This is the brotherhood that Commander General Yohana has for us, that he's sent, like, we're sent out here to raise up our people, man, to signal that alarm to our people, like listen, it's getting close. It's getting close, man. You keep listening to them TD Jakes and Jamal Bryants, and you worried about the Rolls Royces and the Benzes and the BMs and stuff like that. You keep worrying about that and looking at them, and all that wealth and stuff like that, and thinking because they got wealth, the Lord with them. You keep looking at them like that, you're gonna get buried 10 toes deep. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's what's gonna happen, man. Keep going.
And of things of not, and the deceit of their heart.
They say they prophesied to you a false vision and divination and a thing of naught and the deceit of their heart. The same people that's teaching us to what we should and shouldn't be doing, that's the deceit of their heart. You see what I'm saying? They're lying to themselves.
All right.
They lied to themselves, and therefore they lied to you. They lied to us. and we buy it up, we eat it, we feed off of it. Next thing you know, we getting unalive, man. Listen, these times that we're in, man, these times is not, it's not for you, it's not a time for you to have a respect of persons.
Right.
And what I mean by that is, you look at UPK brothers, and because we look a certain way, you know, maybe you don't want to listen to us, you know, because, you know, they always say, you know, we dress like Power Rangers, this, that, and the third. You can think what you want to think. You feel me? We dress the way the Lord told us to.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Don't let them big hats fool you. Don't let them colorful suits fool you, man. Don't let that smooth talk and them slick words fool you, man. These pastors out here don't know what the hell they talking about.
That's right.
They don't know what they doing. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is not with them. And I don't care how sincere they try to be and how much they yell and scream and hook and hot and all that yada yada. I don't care how much of that they do. The Lord is not with them, man.
That's right.
And they going to receive their punishment for teaching the children of the Lord to sin against the Lord. They gonna get the punishment that's due to them. Don't you be wrapped up in it.
Come.
You see what I'm saying? Don't you take on the judgment and punishment that the so-called white man has coming to them, just because this Christian church taught you that you should love everybody, man.
Right.
Don't be that person. Let me get Isaiah 58:1, Buck the show.
I'm gone. Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Listen, this is what you hear in the UPK, man.
Right.
This is what the Lord commanded his priests and his prophets to do. It's a cry aloud, man. Spare not. It's a lift up thy voice like a trumpet. So when they say, why y'all in the corners, y'all screaming and y'all all loud, you see what I'm saying? This is why we do it, man.
Right.
The Lord say, cry aloud and spare not. We don't care if we hurt your feelings, man.
Right.
We try and save your life. We try and save the life of our people, man. I don't care about your feelings getting hurt. You see what I'm saying? If you care about feelings, what about the Most High feelings, man?
Right.
When the same people that he's had so much mercy and so much love for, the same people who turn their back on him, sit there and become adulterous to him, man.
Right.
Serve false gods, serve all these false holidays, and do all manners of wickedness. What about his feelings?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You think we give a damn about your feelings? We don't. You see what I'm saying? The scriptures say, cry loud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression, man. They say, show my people their transgression.
Right.
That means show my people their sins, man. Show my people where they going wrong at, so they can get right. You see what I'm saying? If we ain't doing that, what the hell is we doing, man?
Right.
And we can't show each other, if we can't, as priests and prophets of the Lord, man, as people, as men who come in the name of the Lord, if we can't tell our people, listen, this is where we're going wrong, but this is how we get right. If we can't have that conversation, what are we doing?
Right.
I'm gonna make you feel good about the nonsense that you're doing. That's suckers, like that's what suckers do, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Lift our voices a trumpet and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. This is for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what that so-called white man do. I don't give a damn about them that war he got going on. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what his feelings are towards the Palestinians or all that. You feel me? I don't give a damn about none of that. You see what I'm saying? What I give a damn about is my people, man.
Right.
And showing our people where we went wrong and how we got to get right. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we got to do, man. This is what the Lord called his priests and prophets to do, to show his people their sins, man. If we didn't have real prophets in the earth showing us that, man, I know I damn sure wouldn't be here.
Right.
I wouldn't be right here. If I wasn't shown where I was wrong, and then shown how to do it right, you see what I'm saying? You think we'd be here? You see what I'm saying? A lot of people lose their lives, man. A lot of people lose their lives just because they in that Christian church and they not crying aloud, man. Because they spare. They do not lift their voices a trumpet, and they do not show the Lord's people their transgression. They say you ain't got no transgression. All you got to do is believe.
Come.
That spirit and that doctrine is what gets our people unalive, man. If you got a child, if you got a kid or anybody that you're responsible for, and you allow them to live in the danger zone, you allow them to do things that they, and you know that it's going to lead to a certain result. If you allow them to do that, man, the Lord say that their blood is going to be on your hands.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's and honestly, that's the problem that we have with these false prophets, man. A lot of the blood that's in these streets that's been spilled, we want to blame the youth, and we want to blame the so-called YN. We want to blame them for everything. That blood is on your hands, you feel me?
Right.
That blood is on the hands of these false prophets out here. You know why? Because they don't do what the Lord say, man. They don't teach the Lord people not to sell drugs, not to get high. They don't teach that, you feel me? But here in the UPK, that's what we do, man. But if we don't want our people blood on our hands, we only want it on their hands. You see what I'm saying? We don't want their blood to be spilled, period. You feel me? And that's why we got to cry loud. Damn your feelings.
Right.
You feel it? And listen, with that, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under Commanding General Yohana. If it's not under Commanding General Yohana, it is not the truth. And we've been bringing this out since 1969, that Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Jews of the Bible. And our oppressor is the devil that the Bible.
That's right.
Hey, shalom, Baltimore.
These are the security announcements. We had the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shut themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers 18, verses 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew is pronounced Mayashua. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, up and coming holy convocation will be I think it's September. The memorial.
Long time.
Up and coming holy convocations, the memorial of blowing trumpets, which will be Sunday, the 21st of September. All right. Remind Akim and Agwatium to check in on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he has to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, in the Israel, we're going to give one courteous salute to the teacher. In the Israel, Majah Shabbat, Majah, Rock, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
As a Gatah, class dismissed. It was a good class.